everyone. It's so good to be back here. Thank you so much for always tuning in to my channel. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the love you've shown so far. You guys are the best and I appreciate you. Don't forget, we're here to give you the latest, the hottest, most reliable and authentic news. Yes, guys, if you want the best and most reliable news, this is where you should be. And also help us share this with your friends and family so that they can be a part of this channel. Yes, we'll love you to be a part of it. Okay, guys, actually there's something here about the revised budget, and President Buhari is cutting down on health and education budget. I think this is really shameful indeed, because the Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership, Cacol, have actually said is that cutting on health and primary education is shameful, that they should look for other things to cut down on and not on education and health. He said, but it is shameless of Buhari to really cut down on these sectors. But before we bring you details of this, guys, if you haven't subscribed, please endeavor to hit the subscribe button immediately and ensure you turn on the notification bell, because that is the only way you get notified anytime we drop a new video. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Yes, we'd love you to give this video a thumbs up. Okay, let us get to the details of this news. As it says, revised budget cutting health, UBE votes shameful. That is from the Center of Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership, Cacol. Yes, they've said it, that Buhari is not supposed to cut down on health and budgets. So it says the Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership has said it was unfortunate that Nigeria, which is the poverty capital of the world, will relegate the health and education sector. Cacol Executive Chairman Debo Adeniran said Nigeria had one of the highest maternal and mortality rates in the world, as well as out-of-school children, and the government ought to give priority to health and education. Of course, health and education should be the best priority that should be given to any nation. And yes, of course, the health and education are the bedrock of any nation. Yes, because any nation that has a high mortality rate have to give priority to their health sector, because in Nigeria, even the COVID cases is rising because of lack of facilities. So I believe that the government should give more priority to health and education. If you go to the north, there are a lot of children that are out of school in those rural areas. There are a lot of children that couldn't feed. They cannot live up to 3 square meal, and you can imagine giving priority to things that are inconsequential. I believe the government should do more on this sector. But Mr. Debo continued and said, why should we waste 27 billion naira on building that is not showing any sign of distress? It is misplaced priority and a total waste. The National Assembly doesn't need repainting, let alone renovation. Oh my God, this is really uncalled for, that the National Assembly needs renovation and painting when the health sector and the education sector is suffering. This is really a misplaced priority for the government of Nigeria. I don't expect that the government of Nigeria should be giving priority to things that are not important, but health and education are very, very important and should be given due priorities too. And now they want to use about 27 billion naira on renovating and painting the National Assembly. Oh, this is wrong. And not just that, they had to reduce the budget for education and that of health. That is not right. That is not right in any way. But he continued and said Nigeria is a poverty capital in the world, despite being one of the most endowed countries. It is misplaced priorities that brought us to this sorry state we found ourselves. Nigerians are dying from treatable and preventable diseases, and the government thinks it is right to slash the health budget while maintaining the 27 billion naira for renovation. It is a shame. Indeed, it is a shame, because sicknesses and even preventable diseases that are not supposed to kill Nigerians are actually killing them because of lack of hospital facilities, lack of doctors and nurses to treat people, and yet they are slashing the budget on the health sector. This is indeed a shame for the Nigerian government. And we also gathered reports that the federal government in it proposed the revision of the 2020 budget due to the impact of the coronavirus pandemic in the proposed revised budget, while the National Assembly complex renovation budget was reduced to 27.7 billion naira. So you can imagine 27.7 billion naira to renovate just the House of Assembly. It says a reduction of 25.1% has been done. But let's see what happens to that of the healthcare and that of the education, that is the primary school education. That is said the basic healthcare provision fund, which is meant to cater for all the primary healthcare centers across the 774 local government areas in the country, was significantly reduced by 44.4 billion naira to 25.5 billion naira. A decrease of more than 42.5%. You can imagine, decrease of 42.5%. Oh my God, this is really not good. This is not a good sight that a budget of 44.4 billion naira is reduced to 25.5 billion naira, a thing that has to do with the health of the citizens. This is really uncalled for. But let's see that of the education and see how many percent reduction was done to the education. He said also the Universal Basic Education Fund was also reduced significantly from 111.7 billion naira to 51.1 billion. So that means that more than 54.2% has been reduced, according to documents obtained by Data Fight, an open data organization. So you can imagine that 54.2% has been taken off the budget of that of the education. This is really shameful because things that are supposed to be given priorities in Nigeria are not being given priority. Education and health should be the priority of any government, but it is not so for that of the Nigerian government. Indeed, it is really shameful, and it is so heartbreaking that in a time where there are even pandemic, I don't expect the Nigerian government to reduce any kind of from the budget of the health sector. I don't expect any reduction from the health sector at all. But since they've done this, I advise that they look more into the health sector and the education and add more instead of cutting or slashing from the budget. So that is it, guys. Endeavor you drop your comment. We want to hear from you. We want to read from you. What do you think? Do you think the Nigerian government has done the right thing, or do you think that it is okay that they had to slash the budget? We'll be waiting to hear from you in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed, please endeavor to hit the subscribe button, because we want you to be a part of this family. Thank you for staying tuned. I really do appreciate your time so far. Do have a pleasant time. Bye.